Hey friends, welcome. Welcome to my studio and thank you for joining me in my broadcast of my live show, Escape, or I should say my virtual exhibition of the show that I call Escape. So again, thanks for joining me. And before I actually share the exhibition with you, I just want to go over a few things. One is, remember, I've promised a 30% discount on all of the originals that I'm going to show you. Plus, I'm offering offering free shipping for any place in the United States. However, if an original is more expensive and not out of your budget, and you prefer to have a print instead, you can actually go directly to my website, which is jerryhardistystudio.com. It will open the page. The home page, the opening page, will take you to all of the images. You can select the image that you like and open it up, and then you can decide, well, what you would like to have as far as a print, whether you want a paper print or whether you want a canvas print. The one that I recommend that I really, really like, and I think you'd be very satisfied with it, is the white glossy metal print. You would not go wrong with it. But anyway, if you want to print that's something more in line with your budget, then go to the website, select it based on the media, the size, and the price. It will give you the price, it will quote you the price for each type of media and size. So please do that. If you want to order one of the originals, what I'm going to tell you about each original is I will give you the original price, the size of the piece, the original price, and then the discounted price. Then I may give you a special price. And of course, if there's a special price, you will have to have me order it for you if you would like to purchase it. If you just want to go with the discounted price, then you would use the code at checkout, ESCAPE30. ESCAPE30. Now, I'm going to be showing you all the pieces I'm showing you in this virtual exhibition are original pieces. About 2/3 of them are oils, and the oils all were painted in 2020. The acrylic pieces, some of the acrylic pieces are a little bit older than that. At any rate, I will tell you as we go through, and you can see it, or you can see the difference. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share the screen. And as I share the screen, I'm going to take myself out. So it's going to go black for a few seconds, a few minutes while I'm sharing the screen and bringing in the actual exhibition. So bear with me. And here we go. I will be talking through the piece. So I'll be behind the scenes talking it through. Here we go. And I am going to, first of all, let's make this as large as we possibly can. But that didn't do it. Let's see what we can do here. Let's stop that for a minute. Let's go to full screen. And if I can do this, it didn't do it. But anyway, you'll get the right idea. Now, if you're watching on your phone, I'm sorry, but you won't get the same effect as if you were actually watching on a desktop computer. It will be much better for you if you're watching on a desktop computer. I think you would enjoy it more, but that may not be possible. And if all you have is a phone, well, hey, go for it. I also see that, let's see, Linda Kennedy is here. Linda Kennedy Linnell is watching. So thanks for joining, Linda. And of course, my wife is always present. Thanks for joining, Pam. And let's just get right into it. Now, before I go on, I want to explain a few things about this. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, and you may not be able to see it very well, but is a navigate where you see the three lines in the circle is actually a navigation menu. I can do this, and I can enter full screen. So now I'm supposedly on full screen. That's much better. You'll get a much better view rather than seeing me on the side in the black. I can also do other navigations, and we'll go through that as well as we go along. But let me close that for right now. Now, down in the right-hand corner are some arrows that I'm going to use to navigate through the gallery. And let me say that you don't really need to know how to use these unless you want to go to the exhibition itself, open it, and walk through at your leisure and that kind of thing, which you can actually do. And if you're just undecided about something and you want to see it again, that's a good way to walk through and take your time and read all of the detail about each of the pieces and so forth. But first, what I want to do is I want to take you into the gallery. So I'm going to back out of this a little bit, and I'm going to take you to the gallery so you can get an overview of how it's set up and where you're going to go. So you can see on the very back wall back there, there's actually two separate walls, one with 4 small paintings and one with a variety of paintings, and then there's a little alcove in there as well. Now let's go deeper into the gallery. You see, I can get real close to those walls, and I can back away from them. And I can go around the corner. Let's see, let's go in here. I'm going to click on a painting, and it's going to take me to right close to that painting. See that? See how that does? Maybe there you go. You may be just a little bit behind me, but you get the right idea. Now I'm going to back away from that so you can see that entire wall. So there's 5 paintings there. 4 of them are all about the same size, and one is much larger. Then I'm going to go over here. This is the wall that was around the corner from the opening wall. And you can see again, I'm going to go closer to a painting, and then I'm going to back away from it so you can see the entire wall. So you see what I'm actually doing. I'm moving around so you can get an idea of the entire gallery. So let's move back around. You've seen this wall, and you've seen this wall with the 4 pieces. Then here's the alcove with 2 pieces, and I'll talk about each of those a little bit later. But let's back away from that again. Let's go over to the right side of the back wall, and you can see the 5 paintings there. 3 are about the same size and 2 smaller. And then just on around the corner, and you can see that entire wall. Let's go a little bit closer. I realize there's just a little bit delay in the you being able to get back and see things. I move in, and yours is just a little bit behind me, and that's okay. We'll get there. Then let's go on around. Here's a small wall, just 2 paintings on this wall. So let's go in and take a look. And let's stop here. Let's go back out and look at the entire wall. Fantastic. Aha, see, I know you're a little bit behind me because I've got my phone open here, and I'm seeing what you do. So that there's just a little bit delay. You're just a little bit behind where I am. So I'll try not to go too fast because it'd be a little bit frustrating for you. On the lower wall there's just 1 painting. You're not there yet. There we go. There we go. Let's get a little bit closer to that piece. How about that? All right, you're not there yet, but I am. There we go. Yeah, now I see what it's doing. It's being temperamental. Let's back out of that. Then let's go back here to this wall. Takes me right to that painting. Again, I want to back out and give you a view of both pictures, both paintings on the wall. And then let's go. There's a short wall here with this painting. You can see it down here. No, maybe you can't see it down here. But I'm going to click on it, and it'll take you right around to that painting. And you can see again, you can see it. Now let's move on. I've already showed you this wall, this back wall, or whatever you want to call it. And then where does it go? It goes right back around to the beginning of the exhibition. And here we are. So this page here, Escape, Jerry Hardesty, it tells you about my vision for this particular show. And I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to read it to you so that you know what the show's all about. And of course, I wrote it in third person, but I'm going to read it to you in first person. So the year 2020 musters ubiquitous thoughts of doubt and questions of mortality. It seems life, as we knew it, has been spiraling downward or backward and hijacking the universe of the belief in existence. It may never be the same. Escape represents my explorations into my subconscious as I grapple with my own skepticism. Challenges must be faced with freedom from fear of loss, and replaced with hugs and handshakes. Hope is on the horizon as tears are left behind and families and friends gather once again with laughter and compassion. From the lightheartedness of my paintings, Can't Forget the Lyrics, to the depth of Seeking Light, Hope is in the Future. I retired from a corporate career to a life as an abstract painter. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, with my wife. We have one daughter, two grandsons. One daughter, two sons, I'll get it here in a minute, 6 grandkids, and 1 grandson. So let's go to the next piece. That's what the show is all about. So let's go to the next piece. And this piece is called Light Breaks. Now I want to show you a feature of the show, and you may not be able to see it depending on whether you're watching on a computer screen or a laptop screen, or perhaps you're on your phone. If you're on your phone, it'll be difficult for you to see. But I can click on this, and it'll bring up the details of this particular painting. Now, this particular painting is called Light Breaks. It's 30 inches by 40 inches by 1.5 inches deep. It's an oil on canvas, and the original price is $2,100. And let me say that with a 30% discount, that $2,100 is $1,470. So I'm going to round down. So instead of an uneven amount like that, I would offer this painting for $1,400. Now you will also see that there is some verbiage there that's a statement, a statement about the painting. And this one is called let me read this one to you. I'm not going to read every single one. If I can put it in my own words without reading it, I will certainly do that, which I can on many of these pieces because, of course, I wrote all this. So, Light Breaks. You will find a dab of white paint in many of my more recent paintings. To me, this white represents light breaking through like an aha moment, or a reflection of one's past that could be positive, I should emphasize, rather than negative. So that's the detail information about Light Breaks. Moving to the next piece. This one, I'll wait till you catch up here with me. There we go. This one is called Hope. And Hope is 24 by 24 inches, an oil painting. The original price for Hope would be $1,440. The discounted price is $1,008. I'm going to round it down to 1,000, and actually let me round that down just a little bit more. Rather than 1,000, I'm going to offer you this piece at $950. So remember, hope. It's hope for the future, hope for our lives, and so forth. So let's go to the next one. It goes around the corner, and we come to Purple Rain, which is an homage to Prince, of course. It's a 30 by 40. This piece is acrylic, and it's several years. I painted it several years ago. The original price for this size of painting would be $2,100. The discounted would be $1,470, and I'm going to offer it to you at $1,400. Purple Rain. The next one on this wall, let's back up a little bit. Back out. So I'm waiting for you to catch up with me. There, I'm on it. Let's back out. We're back out again. Let's go back into the painting. Ooh, see, I can get really, really close so that you can see some detail in the painting. You can see some detail. You can see some layers a little bit better. So let's back out just a little bit so you can see the whole piece again. This one, like Purple Rain, is also 30 by 40 inches. And again, the discounted price would be $1,470, down from $2,100, but I'll give it to you for $1,400. That's Secrets Resurface. Oops, let's go back. Let's go to Seeking Light. Seeking Light is just a little bit smaller than the previous two. Seeking Light is 30 by 46, and the original price would be $1,620. Sale price, discounted price, $1,134. I'll offer it to you for $1,100. Let's move on to the next piece. This is a pretty large one. It's 40 inches by 40 inches. It's called Penumbra, P-U-N-U-M-B-R-A. It is actually an abstract, but it certainly has qualities of being a landscape. As you can see that in the distance, the background, it looks like mountains, and of course the greenery looks like trees, forestation in there. Anyway, Penumbra is, like I said, 40 by 40. It's acrylic, and the original price for this size would be $2,800. The discounted price is $1,960. I'm offering this one to you at $1,900. So keep that in mind. Moving on. Aha, we skipped a painting. It does that on me every once in a while. This one's called Daddy Mammy. It's actually a pretty large piece. It's 49 by 40 inches. It's acrylic, and it's on a panel rather than on canvas. I do that sometimes. Let's take a look at this just a little bit closer. Nope, that took it farther away. Let's go back in, and you can see some of the detail there, the juiciness of the paint, and the layers in there as well. Back out. I'm not watching my phone very well because you're behind me. It takes a while for it to move over there. There we go. We're back out. Although we may want to get a little bit closer. How about that? That's a little bit better. You can see a little bit better. But Daddy Mammy, when I was in elementary school, I wanted to play a trumpet, but my mom said no, she wouldn't have it, and I think it had something to do with the budget. But she wanted me to play drums because drumsticks at that time a pair of drumsticks were less than $1, believe it or not. And we would go to the band room for our lesson, and in the band room, the teacher would stretch a board, probably no wider than 4 inches, between the backs of 2 chairs, and then that's what we would play on. We would with our stick in our left hand, we would strike the board twice to the syllables daddy. So it'd be daddy, daddy, click, click, strike, strike with your left hand, and then it would be mammy with the syllables with your right hand. So that's the story of Daddy Mammy, and for some reason, when I was painting this particular piece, I was thinking about that totally, and I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I was. So that's a story about Daddy Mammy. Now let's go. Let's see. How do I get back here? Let's go. Let's go like this. All right. Oops, not doing it. All right, let's go. Let's pick this one up. This one is also 40 by 40. It's also in acrylic. Oops. It's getting lost on me here. It's also in acrylic. Oops. Come on. Oh, jeez. It's also in acrylic, and let's see if I can stop it. Whatever. It's 40 by 40, so it's the $2,800 price, and the sale price would bring it down to $1,900. By the way, that previous painting, Daddy Mammy, the original price was almost $3,000, and the discounted price was $2,058, and I would offer that to you for $2,000. Again, remember that free shipping. All right, let's move on over. This one is called Noir et Blanc, homage to the masters of black and white paintings. And it is 40 by 40. And like the other 40 by 40s, it's the same price, original price, $2,800. I'll offer it to you for $1,900. Love this piece. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's going to back up. This one is called Wabi Sabi. Wabi Sabi is Japanese for the beauty of imperfection. I love this piece. It's also 20. Can't talk. It's also 40 by 40. It's also in acrylic. And like I say, it's the original price of Wabi Sabi was $2,800. I'm offering it for $1,900. You'll find that I use foreign words or phrases very often for some of the titles for some of my paintings. I think it adds a bit of intrigue, mystery to it. I don't always add words right in the body or in the composition of the painting, but once in a while I do, and I just kind of like it in some, not all, but some, certainly some. All right, let's move on to the next one. So it takes us to the next wall. This is Abura. I'll wait till you catch up with me. There we go. Abura, also in oil. Now we're getting down to some smaller pieces. This one's 20 inches by 20 inches. It's oil. Original price is $1,100. Discounted $770. I'm going to offer this one at $650. $650 rather than $770. It's a nice piece. Love it. Love the oil. Now this one is also the same size as Abura, and this is called Improv. There you go. Improv. And Improv is in acrylic, 20 by 20. Same price. Original price is $1,100. I'm going to offer it to you for $650. So these are where I say I'm offering it to you for a certain price rather than the discounted price. You're going to have to, if you want to purchase this, you're going to have me order it for you. And of course, if you have me order it for you, then you'll have to give me your shipping information and your billing information and all that kind of good stuff. And we'll work that out later. So let's move on. This one is called, gotta wait for you. There we go. This one is called Can't Forget the Lyrics. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. Can't forget the lyrics. I love this piece. I really, really do. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's actually one of my newer paintings. I love the depth of it, and you know, all of the texture in this piece. The composition is good as well. But I was actually driving in my car. No, that's not the story here. Let's look at the story. Okay. Yeah, I was inspired. I was inspired by a song that had very minimal lyrics. And that happens when that happens, it makes you think of a song in your head and you can't get it out of your head. You know what that's called? It's called an earworm. And it just bugs you to death and bugs you to death until you can get that out of your head. Anyway, I could not forget the lyrics, so I thought this was a proper title. Can't Forget the Lyrics. So that's kind of the story there. All right, and this Can't Forget the Lyrics. Again, it's the same size as the previous three. I would offer this piece at $650. Next, this is called Wild Rose. And Wild Rose, again, is the same size as the previous several pieces. So I'm offering it also at $650. Wild Rose has gone through several transformations, or at least the title of the piece. And it's actually had 3 different titles. I do that sometimes because I'll live with a title for a while, and then I'll decide whether I like it or not. And if I don't like it after a while, then I'll change the title to something that I think is more appropriate. A friend of mine actually thought she saw a rose within this piece, although I have to say that I don't purposely put images in my abstract pieces. If they're there, I often paint them out. If you see a rose here, hey, congratulations. But she saw a rose, so I changed the title to something Rose. I can't remember what now. And finally ended up with Wild Rose. I have a former student who has a retail shop in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And her shop is called the Wild Rose. And so I kind of combined some of my thoughts, and this is what I came up with. Wild Rose for this particular piece, which I really, really like this piece. All right, moving on to the next piece. This one is called Converse. And Converse and the one above it, this is in the alcove, these two were painted at the same time. One was painted with acrylic, which is this one, Converse, and the upper one is painted in oil. Again, they were painted side by side, and what I actually did is when I would put the color from the oil palette on the upper painting, then I would put the same color from the acrylic palette on the lower painting. And I just wanted to see how different these two paintings would come out, and obviously they're very, very different. So let me show you Inverse. This is Converse, the other one is Inverse. And as you can see, this is the one that's painted with oil. And let's back down to the Converse, the acrylic piece. So the acrylic piece is a little more colorful, but the oil piece, I would say, probably has more layers, more depth, and so forth. So anyway, both of those are the same size as the previous 4. They're all 20 by 20 inches, and I'll offer each one of these at $650. Actually, if you want the pair of Inverse and Converse, let's see. I'll let you have both of them together for $1,100. And let me make a note of that. There, I made a note. So, moving on to the next painting. This one is Mixed Emotions. It's 36 by 36, and it is a painting in acrylic on canvas. So with this particular piece, this size, Mixed Emotions is $22.65, the original price. The discounted price would be $15.85, and I'll offer this one for $1,500. No, let's mark that down to $1,400. How's that? Next, this is Second Thoughts. This is also in oil, and it's 24 by 24. The original price is $14.40. The sale price, or the discounted price, would be $1,008, and I'm going to knock that down. Normally, I've just been rounding down to the nearest 100, which in this case would be 1,000, but that doesn't seem like very much. So let's knock this one down to $900. How's that? I want you people to have one of these paintings in your home or your workplace. It's, art enhances our homes and our workplaces. So I want you to enhance yours as well. Moving on. This one is acrylic on canvas, and it's called Parade. It also is a 36 by 36 inch painting, and like the 36 before it, I'll let it go for $1,400. Original price was $22.65, so you're saving $865 there for Parade. Let's move again. This one carries one of those Japanese titles. It's Kaito, and Kaito is in oil. It's 24 by 24, and it's one of these pieces that I just love it. Let's get a little bit closer. How's that? You can see the depth in here and the layers in here and some of the marks, and which just creates a lot of interest. So let's go back out. Let's click on it. Let's open up the detail. And Kaito is Japanese for meeting. Now, I don't know why I chose this title, but I did. Again, it's the original price is $14.40, discounted $1,008. The last one that was this size, I discounted it clear down to $900, so I'll let you have it at $900. All right. Crying the Blues. Look at those tears. This one also is 36 by 36. It is acrylic on canvas, 36 by 36. And remember, the previous paintings that size I'm offering for $1,400. Now this is called Song of Stimulation. Song of Stimulation is 30 by 40. There we go. You caught up. Song of Stimulation is 30 by 40 inches. It's oil on canvas. I just love the colors of this. The first time I actually posted this, there was a lot of black marks. I used a black oil stick to make some black marks on this particular piece. And a viewer happened to note that he really liked the painting except for the black marks. So after living with it for quite some time, I decided, I don't like those either, and they add nothing to it. So I removed them. I painted them out, or I rubbed them out, or whatever I did. I don't recall, but I removed them from the canvas. So this is called Song of Stimulation. It's 30 by 40, and I believe in the previous 30 by 40s, yeah, they're all for $1,400, which you're saving $700 because the original price is $2,100. All right, next, we're going to go backwards. This is called Dom's Hope. And Dom's Hope is 30 by 30 inches. It's oil on canvas. The original price is $1,800. I'm offering this one for $1,200. I was painting this live on Facebook and Instagram, or one of the two, and a gentleman started engaging me in a number of questions and comments. He really liked this particular piece. As it turned out, he had been an artist at one time, and he was hoping to get back into painting himself. He was from the UK, and his name was Dominic. So I named this after him and his desire, calling it Dom's Hope. So I hope you enjoy that. Like I say, Dom's Hope, the original is $1,800 with a 30% discount. It takes it to $1,260. I'm offering it for $1,200. Next one, Explorations. Now, where have you seen this one before? It's 30 by 40, and it's on some of my advertisements. I love the piece. It's a experimentation. It's an exploration into other possibilities. Again, it's oil on canvas, and I had interviewed several artists I think in the Chicago area, and they used kerosene as a medium to thin their oil paintings and so forth. So I decided I'm going to use some kerosene on this. So I did. I used kerosene, and it dries really fast, which is a bonus when you're painting in oils, because historically or traditionally, oil paintings, they always say they should dry for at least 6 months before you can do anything with them. Well, this one, dried in 3 or 4 days because I use kerosene. I really love it, so it's an exploration for me. It's an experimentation, and we artists, we all do a lot of experimentation. If we don't do experimentation, we don't grow. Again, it's 30 by 40, like my other 30 by 40s. I'm offering this one at $1,400 as well. Next painting. Hello. There it goes. There it's coming on your screen. It's called Sandy's Song. And if you notice there's a red dot there, that indicates that the original painting of Sandy's Song has been sold. However, there are prints available for Sandy's Song. Now this one, a former student of mine was watching me paint this one live, and I painted it. I started vertically, not in this position, but on its side, and I didn't like it at all. And her name was Sandy, and Sandy suggested that I turn it so that we see the view that we see now. And it turns out it's somewhat of an abstract landscape. So I really do like it. The reason I call it Sandy's Song, again, because Sandy suggested I turn it on its side, but Sandy was also a student of mine when I taught music in a high school in Northeast Missouri. And so it's Sandy's Song. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Love it. Love the piece. If you want a print of Sandy's Song, then you'll have to go to my website, because there are so many varied prices for prints that I can't quote you a certain one. The costs are based on size and medium. So anyway, all right, let's go on to the next piece. We're going to go all the way back on this wall. There we go. And this piece is called Top Coat. Now, Top Coat has a lot of texture in it. Let's get a little closer. See all that texture and all those marks in the piece? Top Coat is actually, this is probably I know it's at least the second painting on this particular canvas. So I lived with the painting for a while, and if I don't like it, you know what? I'll paint over it. And I don't gesso it. Gesso is an, I don't know if you know what gesso is, but gesso, you paint you sometimes paint something with gesso to give it some tooth so that the paint will adhere to the painting, to the surface. But I don't do that. Once I painted a painting, then I just paint over it because it adds texture and more depth and so forth. Anyway, gesso, excuse me, top coat is 20 by 24 inches. It's an oil painting. The original price was $1,200. With a 30% discount, it comes to $840. I'm going to offer gesso. Now I got gesso in my head. See, there's that. It's not a song, but there's that worm in my head. Anyway, let's offer gesso, the 20 by 24, to you at $500 rather than $840. So let's see, we're saving you $700 there. All right, moving on again. I gotta get on this. Here we go. Now I'm going to take you clear to the other end, and this one is called Kanton. And Kanton is Japanese for chaos. And when I painted this, I was thinking of the political culture of the day and the chaos that we were experiencing throughout our nation. So Kanton is, let's see, what size is it? It's 24 by 30 inches. Original price would be $1,640. Taking it down to the discounted price of $1,134. I'm going to offer this piece at $900. Kanton. I love the piece. I really do love the piece. Next piece. Going to a different wall. You see as we move around the corner there in the different colors of the walls. See? There you go. This one is called All My Favorite Colors. And I'm telling you that as I painted this, I used all of the colors that were on my palette to create this piece. I absolutely love this piece. It's one of my favorite. It's probably one of my later paintings. It's oil on canvas, 30 by 40. I will offer it at $1,400. But the story behind this piece is I wanted to give this piece a fun, light title. And I did. And I lived with it for, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 weeks. And I just was not happy with the title at all. I don't even remember what it was. But I was listening to my car radio and I heard a song by Eric Burton of the Black Pumas, which was called All My Favorite Colors. I love the title of the song. I love the song. And so I decided that's the title for this particular piece. All My Favorite Colors. I hope you enjoy it. Again, it's 30 by 40. Original price $2,100. I'm offering it for $1,400. Next. Aha! Sunset. This is another piece that I gotta wait for you to catch up. Terry Irvine just joined or is watching. Maybe you have been watching for a while. But welcome, Terry. Good to see you. Enjoy. We're almost at the end of the show, unfortunately for you, if you just got on. But this is called Sunset. It's 30 by 40. It's oil on canvas again. There's a lot of texture in this piece, but I started painting this piece also vertical rather than horizontal. And I also started painting this piece with a big car wash sponge. When I finished and presented it, a friend of mine thought that it reminded him of a sunset, so I called this Sunset. And I really, really like this piece. Let's move in and look at some texture here. It has a lot of texture, a lot of layers. You can see there some of that real interesting texture a third of the way up in the actual painting. Let's back out of that again. Sunset is another one of those 30 by 40 paintings. The original price is $4,100. I'm offering Sunset for $1,400. All right, next one. Oh, let's see, I got to get out of that. There we go. This one is Emergence, and Emergence is the smallest painting in the show. It's 16 by 16 inches. The original price, again, it's oil on canvas, and the original price was $765, discounted $535. I'm going to go ahead and discount this further down to $400. So I'm saving you $265 if you're interested in the black and white. You can see there's a lot of brush strokes and texture that is in this painting, and that's one of the reasons I like it so much. Aha! This is Zazen, and Zazen is Japanese for sitting meditation. Now, can't you just imagine sitting and looking at Zazen and thinking about whatever, your life and so forth? I think this is the closest I can get to Zazen. It's because it's on that short wall. So let's go back to here and look at it a little bit more. But can't you see, can't you just imagine looking into the depth of this painting and all the layers that are there, and the drips and the white that's way back there that's coming through. It can, don't you think this could jolt your imagination, or you're thinking about the layers of your own life? It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. I think that's probably a cliche, but you get the right idea. So sit and meditate. I love to sit. You know, I have a huge painting over my couch in my living room, and I love to lay on the couch and just look at that painting. And when I look at that painting, every time I look at it, I can see something different that I had not noticed before. And I painted it. I painted it. So, you know, you can do that with a painting like Zazen and many of the other paintings that I've already shown you in this virtual exhibition. So, anyway, think about that one. Well, Zazen, I should tell you, Zazen is 24 by 18, an oil painting. The original price would be $1,080. The discounted price would be $756. I'll let this one go for $650 if you're interested. All right. Here we go. This is an oil painting on canvas. It's 24 by 24 inches. It's called Dawn Voices. Dawn Voices, and it's kind of somewhat of a abstract landscape. You can see the dawn coming up over the horizon there, perhaps. And like I say, it's oil on canvas. The original price is $700. This is really inexpensive, $720. The discounted price would be $504. I'll let it go for $450. And then one more painting in the show, and this one is called Speak 2. Speak 2 is 24 by 24 inches. Obviously black and white on canvas. And this is part of a series. It's acrylic, by the way. And this is part of a series that I started, I think, clear back in 2019. And I don't know at what point that I painted this particular piece, but oops, let's go back. It's not going to do it for me. Okay. No. All right. We'll catch up here in a minute. Like I was saying, it's part of a piece. Oh, where'd it go? Part of a series called Speak. And that's because back in 2019, after I had surgery, I completely lost my voice for at least 3 months. Voice in painting or in art is extremely important, but your physical voice is equally important, and perhaps even more so, because if you lose your voice, then you either have to use sign language, which I did use some of that when I lost my voice, or you have to whisper. Now, can you imagine whispering for 3 months? It was quite the challenge. But anyway, I started painting this series called Speak, and all of the paintings are in black and white. This particular piece, again, is 24 by 24. The original price is $14.40. The discounted price would be $1,008, and I will let you have this piece for $900, like I have with these other pieces. And that, my friends, that concludes. We're back to the start where we started in the beginning. We're back to here, and let's see. Let's just kind of go around the gallery again so you can get an idea of the whole space. Kind of a fun thing to do. I've really enjoyed presenting these paintings to you. I hope you've enjoyed seeing them as well. And like I said in the beginning of the show, you get a 30% discount on originals with free shipping in the United States. And of course, I've offered every single one of these paintings a little bit more discount than the 30% off. So you'll have to remember what I said. I've written it down on every single one of them, so I can remember as well. So if you're interested in a piece, leave me a comment on Facebook, direct message me on Facebook or Instagram or wherever. Email me. My email is jerryhardestystudio@gmail.com. You can text me, which my text number is 801-755-4659. And by the way, if you don't remember these things, like my email address or my text, my phone number, you can find those on my Facebook page where there's information. You know the drill. If you would like to have a private consultation, I can schedule a Zoom meeting with you, and we can take care of that. If you're in the Salt Lake City area where I live, where my studio is, and you would like to see something, I would certainly be happy to bring it by your home and let you see it in your own surroundings, your own environment, on your wall, whatever. And we can discuss it at that time. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go back to, let's see, how do I do this? We'll figure it out. Let's go back to there we go. Here I am at the end of the show. So like I was saying, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the entire show yourself, again, at your leisure, you can go to Kunstmatrix. Okay, that's Kunstmatrix escape, and it will pull up the show, and you can go through it at your leisure and decide what you really, really want to look at. So with that, I wish you a great evening. Be safe. Be safe out there. Get those vaccines when they're available to you. My wife and I have already gotten our first ones, and we have our second ones scheduled. So, again, good evening, and I hope that you find something that you really like and cannot live without. In the meantime, this is Jerry Hardesty. Good night.